Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode with your girl Sincerely Shatasia. We're going to talk about this. I came across a few things. Excuse me, my voice is a little raspy right now. I'm still getting over this little cold I had. So I came across a few things, and I wanted to just present this to all the parents. If you have any children in pre-K to 12th grade, and see if you can relate and see if this is something you would be interested in. Now, I'm going to show a clip of a teacher who is I think she's in the high school range, and she's just voicing her frustrations. So I did get this from another YouTuber, a homestead journey. You guys should subscribe to her channel. She definitely brings a lot of things to light as far as just the average working people of America. So listen to this.
It looks like many teachers are quitting just within a few years of entering the profession. And truthfully, I think more is going on here, especially when you look at student behavior issues.
I'm a high school teacher. It is 4 weeks into the school year with students, and I am at my limit already. I am at my limit with being talked to and demanded at so disrespectfully, interrupted constantly, repeating myself countless times. This year feels worse. This year feels worse than the last 5 years I've taught. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like I've seen so many teachers make videos where we are all ringing the alarm saying, this is bad. This year is not good. It's not good.
Quarter of high school with my sophomores, asking them to go big in their heads, like dream your biggest dream. Is your dream to be signed with the NFL, win America's Got Talent, get a full ride scholarship for a university, become the first brain surgeon at the age of 18, win NASCAR? And I do this for a specific project, but whatever. Over the years, these answers have given me a lot of insight as to what's going on with a generation. 10 years ago, everybody talked about wanting to go to college or wanting to get into an internship, and that was really a focus. 5 years ago, it felt like so many people wanted to be doctors and nurses. I think that maybe had something to do with the pandemic, but the last 5 years have been awfully rough on our young people. They are growing up now during a time where the youngest of Gen Z, who are just getting in through high school, are the ones who are really seeing a world that does not have a lot of hope in it. And it's showing in their answers. Instead of dreaming of accomplishing things, instead they have things like, I won $2 billion. I won the lottery. I just won a new truck. I won the lottery. I won the lottery for $2.5 billion. I got $100 million.
Get rich.
I won $1 million on Family Feud. There's a handful of kids in there.
So y'all get the idea, right? These kids want to be rich. So how can we help them be rich? Now, here is a possible solution.
Education using AI. Alpha schools are at the forefront of a growing movement, providing students with a more personalized education experience using AI, this advanced technology. The school replaces a traditional classroom using AI tutors and adaptive learning platforms to identify students' strengths and where the gaps lie in the curriculum. So far, the results have been outstanding. Students scoring in the top 1% to 2% nationally in math, reading, science, and language. Joining me right now is the co-founder and the CEO of Alpha Schools, Mackenzie Price. Mackenzie, great to have you.
Maria, thanks for having me. There's nothing I like talking about more than education because it is the most important resource we have at our disposal to help young people be successful in this new world.
Absolutely. And I was talking to someone yesterday about the fact that it's been education and healthcare that have been impervious to any changes in technology for a long time. But suddenly, AI is actually moving the needle. Tell us about Alpha Schools. What's most important for us to understand?
Well, our traditional education system was built out of the Industrial Revolution to create workers. And now in this new AI world, it is so important that we create individuals who are dynamic, adaptable, and most importantly, have the skill of learning how to learn. So at Alpha, we're using artificial intelligence to raise human intelligence. Our students are able to get the level and pace of academic knowledge that they need meets them exactly where they're at. As a result, we see student growth exponentially go up no matter where a student comes to us. And we're doing all of this in only 2 hours during the school day instead of a traditional 6-hour academic school day. And then, of course, that begs the question, what do you do with the rest of the day? And our answer is that we teach life skills, leadership, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, public speaking, relationship building. Those are the skills that are going to help kids be successful. We also are teaching them how to use tools like AI that they're going to need to be rapidly successful at learning.
I want
I want to play this portion as well, and then I'm going to show you something else.
Is redefining what parents expect from their private school experience. So kids are doing crazy things like traveling, to Europe and doing these camping trips, all kinds of activities that they're doing. But what you haven't heard about is what we're rolling out in Texas. We have Texas sports academies. Texas is a state that recently passed school choice. So there are students that have signed up for our program, the same academic platform that Alpha students are getting, and they are charged nothing for that. They're able to use school choice vouchers. The families that have signed up so far all come from incomes less than $65,000 a year. And we believe that when the registration period is done, our Texas Sports Academy students will make up the largest school district in Texas.
That's incredible.
So it is coming. And just like a lot of models, we have different types of schools. And there are families who maybe have the ability to go to an Alpha, and there are families who are going to be able to access this for free.
What do the unions say about all of this?
I have a parent of two. My youngest is 3, um, and my oldest is 11. This is something I would consider simply because I think understanding growing up with kids in the pandemic era and how everything is transpiring into this whole techno world, the best thing we can do while we have the freedom to do so is to use AI for good and not for evil, right? So we're not replacing teachers, but using it as a tool for teachers to help their job become more easier. And the fact that they have these life skill activity workshops to help them become more financially literate and become a better team leader and to have those relational intelligence at this young age where it's very vital, especially the high schoolers before they go into the real world. You want to instill those principles because if you grew up like me in the 90s or before, we did not learn financial literacy in school. Now, I went to school for business. I went to college for business. I have my degree in business administration. That's just a God given gift for me, but everyone doesn't have that gift to understand money and how to, have that financial literacy when it comes to your money, right? Saving, spending, donating, all of the things. Now, I want to play the portion with Joe. He is the billionaire that is funding AI, or excuse me, Alpha School, and he has a really good point. Like he's a good billionaire, and a lot of people need to highlight the goodness of billionaires, right? Especially if you're a good billionaire businessman who wants to actually bring good to society and not hurt society, right? So, let me just play this portion of this podcast that he was on and how he gives advice to young people to become billionaires and how, it all works. So,
Look, this is what it looks like if you have this much. It's hard to even conceptualize some of it. And so I think it's good.
Yeah, no, I think teaching how to make money and capitalism, I believe there's a view of, if you're in the TikTok world, right, there is a view that socialism is much better than capitalism. And we don't teach why capitalism is good and it's a force of good, right? And it can be very productive. It can be
right. I think that's the thing. A lot of think, oh, money's bad. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. If you love money more than you love people, that's the problem, right? But when you love people more than you love money, you can use your money in a way to where it's going to be beneficial for those, right? And those who are financially literate, those who have that businessman mindset. Excuse me, I'm still sick, y'all. Bear with me. So, it clicks like, okay, I can come up with a strategy. I have this business savviness where I can make billions of dollars and invest that to help our economy, right? Or our society, just humanity, right? So there is good to that. And to use AI as a tool to advance just the human interaction and literacy and intelligence, that we kind of lost, um, is a great thing, right? And this is something we need to highlight because everything with the Epstein files, we see a lot of billionaires using their wealth in the most demonic and perverted way, but you don't hear too many billionaires who are using their money for good, right? So I wanted to just play this portion of that. So let him finish, and I'll be back with something else I want to show you guys.
Bad, but you can also teach kids this is how it can be additive to society, and that's not out there, and I believe it should be for sure.
What do you think are some of the ways you can teach kids, or how do you teach kids about money or to get money?
We want to teach kids how to earn money,
Mm-hmm.
right? How to save money, how to spend money
Right.
effectively, how to invest,
Right.
and how to donate,
Right.
right? And it's all of those things. And for kids, right, it needs to be real money. It's why kids often got allowances and things like this, which is you're having to teach them how to be responsible about it. That yes, you have to earn this. And when it's your money, you're going to spend it differently than if it's not your money, right? And you are going to learn how to invest. So like in our middle school, for when they earn money, they can run and, basically Robin Hood for kids, right?
How many parents want your child to be wealthy? Be honest with yourself, because they want to be wealthy. Are you willing to put them in a position to where they can have that opportunity to be wealthy, knowing that the resources are good, the intention is good, the results are good, your children are becoming better human beings. They're able to interact with life skills and academics as well. So you guys can check out this podcast if you want to listen to it. It's over an hour. But that is where I got this information from. And I just want to throw this on here, not really relevant to the actual AI schooling, but this may be one of the reasons why a lot of people are trying to move throughout the country to have a better um, life, you know? Um, because Texas is one of obviously the biggest state in the country, but you've seen during the pandemic, a lot of people are moving to Texas for different reasons. This may be one of those reasons why they're moving to Texas. And then I'm going to leave you guys, obviously, we're going to go to the Word of God, because we have to realize, and Ecclesiastics is a great book to understand that there is a time for everything, right? But in Ecclesiastics 12, verse 14, for God will bring every deed into judgment, along with every hidden thing, whether good or evil. And there are demonic billionaires, but there are also divine billionaires as well. There are good billionaires, there are evil billionaires. And we all see not what the Epstein list, what billionaires can do for the bad, right? But also highlight the good billionaires, see what they're doing, see how they're using their money. And to know that Joe um, Liemandt, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I probably butchered it, but to know that he is using his knowledge, his wealth to help the younger generation, to know that his daughters are older and, now he has this another 20 years to invest into our children or whatever the case is, however long it's going to be, because none of us know when Jesus Christ is going to return anyway. But until the meantime, we are supposed to work and to help the children. And we know how Jesus felt about the children, right? So we want to use our knowledge, our resources, everything that we have to build up the generation to give them the best launching pad possible, right? Because we don't know how these Satanists are going to actually operate. But if we have more good than evil, we will conquer, right? So BB can go to hell with all that extra stuff talking about evil will conquer good. No, good always conquers evil. Don't let the enemy fool you. And this is one of the things that we need to highlight. It is a big deal to invest in our kids, and especially in AI programs that are going to benefit them academically and just having the practical life skills that they desperately need and are not being taught in our current academic system. So there is hope. Um, we'll see how this goes out, but we always want to shed light even in the midst of darkness. So I hope this has blessed somebody somewhere. So definitely check out AI Schools, especially if you are in Texas. This is their website. It is legit. I did look up this information, and I hope it helps parents throughout the entire country to just put things in perspective and see how you want to give your kids the best chance at life possible. All right, y'all. Until next time. Shalom.